Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to this week's edition of Four Wheels and a Seat. My name is Alex Dalrymple. You found your way to my channel where I review a new car every week, tell you what I think about it. If you're looking for a new car, don't know which one to get, maybe this review could help you out. But you don't want to miss an episode, of course, so please do hit the subscribe button down below, the notification bell, and if you enjoy the video, please give me a like. There is a new Mazda CX-5 coming, but this is not it. This is the facelifted second generation car. It has been on our roads for the better part of a decade, but still one of Mazda's best-selling cars, with over 350,000 finding a new home last year. Should you wait for the new model next year or pick up one of these at a better price in a run-out? Well, let's find out. Confused about which Mazda SUV to buy? I don't blame you. There are quite a few of them and their naming convention is not exactly easy to understand. We've got the CX-3, the CX-5, the CX-70, the CX-80, the CX-90, the CX-60, and in some markets the CX-50. If you're confused by all of that, well, you can either do a deep dive on the website or go to your local dealer and try and test drive as many of them as possible, or just go through my channel on YouTube. I've driven pretty much all of them. There's loads of Mazda reviews there. So, as I mentioned, this is a second generation car. It's the second from base model, the CX-5 Max Sport, meaning that on the outside it gets 17-inch alloy wheels. The facelifted cars have a different light cluster arrangement to what they had when the car was originally launched, but weirdly still no daytime running lights. The lights that you can see at the front that look like DRLs are actually parking lights and have to be turned on and off manually. Bit strange in this day and age. Around the back, the boot has 438 litres of cargo space. The Max Sport also picks up a slightly larger, more powerful 2.5 litre engine, outputting 140 kilowatts and 252 newton meters of torque. Not huge numbers, but certainly better than the 2 litre engine you find in the base model. Power goes to the front wheels only via a 6-speed automatic transmission, and fuel economy clocks in at 7.2 litres per 100 kilometres on a combined cycle. The interior of the CX-5 is starting to show its age. In this design language, the Kodo design language, the sort of second iteration of it, kind of goes all the way back to the Mazda 6 of around about 2012 or so. So this look has been with us for a while. It has had a few subtle changes over the years, but look, it doesn't look as up-to-date or as sophisticated as Mazda's larger SUVs like the CX-60, CX-70, 80, 90, etc. That said though, it's still pretty good. I mean, there's a nice mixture of soft touch materials up here on top with a bit of stitching, metal accents. The CX-5 gets a 10-inch infotainment screen on top, running the normal Mazda software, which I don't love because it just doesn't really do all that much. But on the plus side, it does give you wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. And that is the only way you can use this screen as a touch screen, because in native mode, it doesn't work as a touch screen. You have to use the jog wheel to do anything at all. I don't know why Mazda do this, but it's something they still do even in their newest cars. Just give us a touch screen, guys. Air vents underneath that, they look the same as they always have in the CX-5. Climate controls just underneath that. We've got a few blanked out buttons because this being a not quite entry-level spec car does miss out on a few things like heated seats, heated steering wheel, so blanked out buttons for those over here on the sides. But the Max Sport does, however, get dual zone climate control, which is something that the entry level misses out on. The instrument cluster is a hybrid digital analog unit with a 7-inch digital screen in the middle with a metal surround in the middle to form the speedometer. You can change the information in the middle of that, scroll through a few different trip options, that kind of thing. Really, there's not all that much going on there, to be honest. Steering wheel straight out of the Mazda parts bin. I like the steering wheel. It's pretty easy, straightforward to use, has a nice feel. The Max Sport also gets paddle shifters, which is something that the entry-level car also misses out on. And the seats in this Max Sport model are cloth, no electric adjustment, it's all manual, also no lumbar support. So yeah, look, not the most comfortable, but it's okay. Seating position though is really good. Like most Mazdas, it's kind of low and sporty in the cabin, and yeah, it's a good driving position, but still really good visibility all around. And what's it like to drive? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, look, to be honest, this 2.5 litre engine, it's not turbocharged, and it's just not really all that exciting. It's a little bit slow off the mark at the lights. It's adequate, but it's just not particularly engaging to drive. There's enough power. I mean, there's 1,800 kilos of brake towing capacity if you need to tow something, which is good to know. But you know, it's not a lot of zoom in this particular spec of the CX-5. Is the CX-5 a turn-back car, a car so good looking that you have to turn back and look at it after you've parked it? Look, it's not ugly, but frankly, there are so many of these on the road, and Mazda's design language does look a little bit homogenous. There's a lot of similarity between all of their cars. So, you know, I don't think you're really turning back and looking at the CX-5 after you've parked it. So no. Okay, sunglasses test on the head-up display. Pass or fail? Yeah, that's a pass, actually. Not very bright, but you can adjust the brightness through the center screen, but I can still make out my speed pretty clearly with my polarized sunglasses on. Starting at just under 38 grand and around about $43,000 for how you see it here, the Mazda CX-5 is great at what it does. It's just really reliable, well-made, solid, looks good. And I think that's the reason it's so successful, because it's inoffensive. It's sort of the Toyota of the Mazda fleet, if you will. And that's fine if that's what you're after. Should you wait for the new model? I would. I like new cars, and I've seen some photos of the new one and it looks pretty good. But if you're looking to save some money on your family cruiser, then it might be an idea to wait for one of these to go into run out, which I imagine will be happening pretty soon.